What's up, everyone? Jason Gilbo here at JGilbo11, taking a look at some pitching options for tonight's slate. Got Coors again, a lot better weather than we were dealing with last night. And because Coors, obviously we're going off for basically a football score last night and the night before, going to put some emphasis on some cheaper pitching. Looking at stuff from yesterday, Kershaw was obviously fine. Duffy, one of my guys yesterday, was not obviously a great pick. Looking through, cheap guys end up paying off, like Jesse Hahn and Patrick Corbin, Marco Estrada, Michael Wacha, both fine as well. So Duffy was kind of the real big dud for me yesterday. Looking at today, as far as pay-up options go, there's really only one that I'm particularly thrilled about, and that's Noah Syndergaard. Definitely a trustworthy guy. On the slate, 14.2% swinging strike rate, rolls a lot of ground balls, 52%. This is all going back to last year. 29.3% strikeout rate, doesn't walk guys. 2.83 Sierra. This dude's absolutely phenomenal going up against a Braves team that he should be able to just kind of go out and do his thing against. And not that the Braves are a bad offense. I don't think they're particularly awful, but striking out a little bit more this year, 21.7%, still low in the power department outside of really Freddie Freeman, 22nd in WOBA. So looking there in New York, Syndergaard's pretty much a lock, big home favorite. I don't mind paying up because there are some cheaper options you can pair up with. It'll probably have you miss a couple, maybe a bat or two of the core side, but you can still get exposure with the cheap pitcher or some cheap punts around them. So looking at Syndergaard, is really a straightforward option. As far as guys like Lester, Cueto, Hamels, Porcello, I'm not really thrilled with tonight. I don't like the prices of these guys. I'm not particularly thrilled with the matchups. I think there are cheaper guys with higher strikeout upside that you can go with and kind of help fit another bat or two in. So next one I do like is Carlos Martinez. Struggled against the Brewers, as many pitchers are doing right now just because of their power. But you look at Martinez, missing bats more than ever this year. Going back to last year, keeps the ball in the park, solid at home, 55% ground ball rate, strikeout rate around 23%. Walks can be up a little bit at times. We saw that against the Yankees where he struck out, 11 and walked like 6 guys. It was kind of something to really see. But looking at Martinez, cheaper price, I think he's a guy who can allow you to fit in some bats. I do expect him to pick up the win there with Matt Latos on the other side. You look at this Toronto offense and what they've been doing this season. 27th in WOBA, 124 ISO. That's near the White Sox territory. It's near the Giants territory. Guys that you just don't expect the Blue Jays to be around in terms of the power department. And as I said, 24% strikeout rate, where I think Martinez can really doctor it up. Modest hard contact rate. So, in that ballpark, with the lineup the way it's shaping out, it's just not a good one. I really don't mind Martinez. He's coming in as my second pitcher, just points per dollar wise on the night behind Syndergaard. I like him quite a bit. Next up, you got Dylan Bundy, 7,800 on DK. Really nice price tag there. 81 on FanDuel. I don't mind him there either. Looking at Bundy, strikeout rate, I feel like it's been a little bit below what we expected this year because of the teams that he's faced. Red Sox twice. But a matchup against the Rays, this is certainly one where we can see the big strikeout upside come in. You look at the Rays, they're 10th in WOBA. ISO's high, 171. It's near Diamondbacks territory right now. The 26% strikeout rate is something that I'm targeting tonight. Bundy, I feel like on DK, he's a fine cash game guy. As an SP2, I'm okay there. FanDuel, he's just a GPP guy. But Bundy, looking at him, 26% hard contact rate, strikeout rate around 22% going back to last year, 11% swing strike rate. So I don't mind him. I think Bundy's at a really reasonable price. He allows you to get some bats. We're looking at a lot of upside out of Bundy as well tonight with the strikeouts. So I like him there at home, expecting to get some run support there with Cobb on the other side. So definitely okay with using him. Matt Schumacher is my last guy that I'll be talking about. A guy who, struggled a little bit, struggled against the A's in that first start. or sorry, yeah, I mean, struggled against the A's, gave up 2 homers, gave up 6 earned in Seattle, but has calmed down since then. Has given up a home run or 2 in each start, which is concerning. But back at home, a tough ballpark to get some power into. I'm not actually opposed of using it tonight as an SP2. You look at this A's team, not bad to start the year. They're really not. But 22.6% strikeout rate against righties. They're not walking a ton. Yes, there's some power bats in there. Ryan Healy, Chris Davis, a lot to worry about. But overall, this is not a threatening line for him to really get through. So at home, I don't mind him. Manea is certainly interesting on the other side of him, but I do prefer Schumacher there being at home. As far as other guys go, if you're kind of curious, I mean, Vince Velasquez, deep GPP play at most. James Paxton. I'm a big Paxton fan. Tough matchup for him tonight, even with Cabrera out of the lineup. GPP play at most. I'm not going to rule him out. Guys like Severino, Porcello, Hamels, just matchups I'm not really particularly thrilled with. I think can go other directions tonight. So, I definitely don't mind those arms. So, coming in here for me tonight, I mean, really, Syndergaard, Martinez, Bundy, Schumacher, the 4 that I'm kind of keying in on at a pretty good range of prices as well. So do what you will tonight. That should be able to free up some salary for some bats at Coors. And good luck. And check out dailyfantasycafe.com for all the great tools and content.